Good morning to all. This is Anvesh from Triple Branch, and today my topic is about radio and wireless freaks. The focus of IEEE Micro and Mazen to contain the columns on topics being covered due to the IEEE Radio Wireless Weeks 2021, and five overview few articles is dedicated to themes that represents the scope and purpose of different sub-conferences within RWW. Although the difficult times we are facing due to the COVID-19 pandemic situations have forced RW21 to become a fully virtual event to assure the health and safety of attendance its spirit as the most relevant winter technical event of the IEEE Microwave Theory and Technique Society will be maintained. The five features articles have been prepared by highly renowned authors in their research field and address several timely technical topics such as digital predestined in the power amplifiers, integrated digital power amplifiers and transmitters, reflectionless filtering devices, inkjet and 3D printing fabrication techniques for sensing communications and empowering tasks in modern Internet of Things IoT models. Advanced receivers architecture with a multi-band, multifunctions and multi-mode operational capabilities. The first articles beyond the Mori Pons inverse. The first article beyond the More Poneros inverse Gelabert provide an overview of the different strategies for DPD parameter extractions proposed in the technical lecturer. DPD linearization is the most common solution to the cope with the linearity versus size efficiency trade-off inherent to PAS. It is even more important in the supporting 5G new radio spectrally efficient signals with high peak to average power ratios or copying wider bandwidths where such compromises become especially critical in the review articles. Several DPD approaches are revisited and carefully compared, ranging from squatics gradient techniques for the updating coefficients sample by sample to features extraction techniques such as principal component analysis, partial least squares, independent component analysis, and canonical correlation analysis used to extract a reduced subset of original their positive impact in the term of reducing the computational computational and adaptation subsystem and their associated beneficial regularization effects are also discussed in empowering multi-function Liotel present through review of recent research findings in the field of TPA that operate from the RF to millimeter wave regions, satisfying the ever more stringent demand of modern multi-standard RF wireless applications requires considerable advances in the DPA arena with regard to several performance matrices such as output power, linearity, efficiency, operational band, complex mixed signal modulation with high data rates, low cost, and even multifunctional operational characteristics. This article evaluates and compares all these requests as represented in the recent State of Third work. The author review the goal of providing readers with a precise and fair view of status and models by demonstrate how emerging inkjet and 3D printing techniques can pave the way of implementing the fundamental functionalities of IoT wireless sensor models, that is communication, sensing, and empowering. They can exploit it to develop advanced packing methods such as system in package, system on packages, and smart model encapsulation on various substrates while offering unprecedented levels of performance compared with classical packing techniques. As reported in this overview articles, these cutting edge manufacturing procedures can provide highly advanced features in terms of refigurability and tunability for dynamic origami based RF and microwave solution with the added benefits of low cost and easy of fabrication. Moreover, wave harvester and RF. Now, identification tag architectures based on Rotoman lens for ultra long range 5G enabled energy harvesting and low power communications are also described as unique micropem model demonstrators of these advanced fabrications procedures. They enable the development of compact fully printed power autonomous tags that can be find wide applications in highly uh, accurate wave spatial localization and sensing scenarios including the frequency modulate continuous wave radar. Finally, in the multifunction, multiband and multimode wireless receivers, Modaises and View revisit a wide variety of traditional and modern receiver architectures and review their operation principles in light of new re- requirement for emerging technologies that are either introduce new applications of wireless technologies or integrate multi-wireless functionalities in one enhanced performance platform. The authors study and elaborate upon the fundamental characteristics of wireless receivers architectures, compare their ability to address the ever-growing expectations of wireless systems. They also discuss the pros and consequences uh, of this receiver against demanding specifications, which with a further tightening such applications as image or interference rejections, dynamic ranges, sensitive. Moreover, receivers that can commercialized for different applications and enter their features, which are still and hot topic of research are highlighted. With reference to conventional approaches, special attention is directed to recent advances in multiport based interferometric receivers, and in particular those proposed and developed for multifunction and multiband operations. The article presented passive and linear interference for multiport networks as a heart of such receiver systems, and discussed in the detail the principal advantages of analog phase processing through a search networks. All configurations reported for such receivers techniques in the literature are presented along with explanation of how they can made uh, refigurable for different purpose. Appropriate calibration techniques for such interferometric receivers are also listed and summarized in the edition. The examine the structural mechanism of frequency mixing or an indivisible part of almost all receiver types to provide a better insight into their functions.